We're live.
No.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. It's 2:00.
Is it? Oh God. I was catching up with all the people that suddenly flooded into chat. Obviously, this stuff appears to be popular.
Does it? What, this stuff?
Yes, that's the stuff. That stuff.
What? That stuff?
Is that a fiver's worth yet, Bo? No. Very excited about this one.
I am.
This week's live review will be the chapel from the VapePunx range.
Just look above me. There you go. We've got the logo going off here.
Hold on. What's Jenny been up to? Pictures already didn't happen.
What pictures?
That's what I'm wondering about.
I'm in town, freezing my... Really?
Freezing what off? Steve has a strange echo now. That's just me.
Are you echoing again?
I'm echoing, unfortunately, because my internet is up their spout. Thank you, BT. Sent a geezer, 85 quid onto the bill, and it's still not fixed, so I do apologise.
Oh, she's going to a gig. What gig are you going to?
Oh, do tell.
Yeah, do tell. What were you going to say? Don't tell me it's Cats.
No, it's more like to be the Rick Astley revival.
Is that better? It might have been me blasting away.
Were you blasting?
Yeah,
darling?
I ain't got my headphones in, have I? So...
Yes, but you look so much prettier without them.
You're pretty techie, aren't you?
Vaguely.
You're pretty techie. Can you have them wireless headphones for your PC?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that work then?
As long as you've got your Bluetooth built in. If you haven't, you buy a little Bluetooth adapter, which is tiny little thumb size thing.
Yeah, I've got one somewhere.
Yeah, shove it in and just link up the...
Because I was looking, believe it or not, I was looking at bone headphones.
Oh, the ones that transmit through the actual skull?
Yeah. So, because I hate having that enclosed headphone thing. So, if you have them bones ones, they're not great for music, but perfect for talking. So, obviously, you can still hear your environment, but you can obviously I could still hear what you're saying.
You're turning into 7 of 9. Well, more like 8.5 of 10, but Oh, leave it out, son. We have so many wonderful people in there that can do it so much better. Speaking of which, good afternoon, Annette, of the infamous Vapory.
The vapor.
The Vapory.
I'm going to be doing that for a while.
Mr. Richards, thank you for joining us, mate. Bruni, how you doing? Mr. Grant, good afternoon. Ben, Hephaestus, Jenny, I hope it's not too cold, love. Lethal, hello. I didn't spot him there. Rachel, Stuart, and finally the wonderful Timmy.
Timmy! Yes, Mr. Lethal, I can see that you're here today. Hello, Mr. Lethal. And how are you? Any snow yet? Have you got snow? Tell us.
Nah, it's just cold, damn cold.
Your spoons. Okay. Interesting.
Apparently Jen won tickets to that gig.
What gig is it? What are you going to see?
White, Motionless in White.
Okay, not heard of them.
No, sounds intriguing though. Too much snow already, apparently.
By all accounts, we're going to be getting snow next week.
Nah. I'll eat your left leg if we do.
Really? Hannibal.
Left, not middle.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh,
what?
Well, they appear to be all alternative. Yes.
It's not a band I've heard of, must admit.
I'll tell you what, she don't half look like a young Susie Sue.
Ooh. I like a bit of Susie Sue.
Don't we all, son? Don't we all? Oh, mine. She's gorgeous, but I'm not too sure about a guitarist, like. Oh, yes. Yes, I could do with some of that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, Panic at the Disco. Very similar.
Panic at the Disco.
That one particular track. Quite good. Panic at the Disco? I'm sure it's Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco?
It's either that or Murder at the Disco, I'm not sure which. No. Yeah, Panic at the Disco.
Who did that?
No, it's a band.
Oh.
Very good too. Very good.
Anyway, how are you, kiddo? It's been a couple of days.
Older and playing with new shiny. Thanks to a certain somebody. I'm bloody loving it.
It's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all, eh?
Not bad. Para series without the extension tubes. Para without the extension tubes. Stick the extension tubes on and you got para series. You also have a hole melted into the top of your skull. Oh my God, the power. Big D, how you doing, son? Just to mention, Big D is on the list as well. So if you're not voted for a favourite shop...
Yes. Yeah. Yes, don't forget, if you haven't voted yet, please vote SoulOhm.
Here we are. Rachel says it can snow in 6 weeks when she's got her custom orthotics and she can walk without wobbling.
Yes.
I don't know. Watching people wobble while they walk is quite fun. I have been known to make a habit of it on a summer's afternoon. Ginger.
Have we got a new language going off here?
No, different bands, dude. Oh.
Thank you, Eddie.
Dude,
What?
Google Foo, Jinjer. You can thank me for it later. Heavy bless you. I can just see
I'm
you still
Googling it
now.
now.
I can just
do,
see
do I
us
go on images?
Yeah, feel free.
Oh,
Ah.
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 This looks very Egyptian-y. Yeah.
Looking forward to listening to some of this.
Yeah. Yeah, she's...
Good voice as well, if metal.
Yes, very nice. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, yeah.
I use mine for Flat Cat, Mrs. for Aiden, and my mum's for yours, pal. Russian corruption. Good lad. Oh, breaking Doc Martens, never fun. Never fun, Timmy.
What, Doc Martens? Oh, yeah. But once
to be
you
fair,
book them
though,
in...
Not so much anymore. If you get some of those Chinese ones, because they don't... There's only a certain percentage built in England, and the Chinese ones seem to have much thinner but stiffer leather.
All right.
They're not half as comfy as they used to be.
I haven't had a pair of Doc Martens in years.
I've got a pair sat downstairs waiting for me to climb into them for work.
Saying that, I have got my Doc Martens, my work boots Doc Martens. Not the traditional Doc Marten as everybody knows, but the Doc Marten safety work boot. Huggles
The
for
Queen's
Gales.
in. There we are. Would you stop touching people up through the screen?
I can't help it. It's just my little movements. I've done that for many a year to Gail.
One of these days, Zan's going to get hold of you and you're going to know about it.
No, Zan gets hold of me and he gets a cuddle as well.
Oh, equal opportunities.
Exactly. I'm always up for equal opportunities.
Really?
Nobody's left out with me.
Oh, there we go.
What's that?
Apparently they're Thai. Poorer leather and poor soles. They use foam instead of cloth. Yes, we saw I saw pub puffs last night. I hope to God somebody's got a fire extinguisher for this morning. Two. The chili chip challenge. Yeah. 2 million Scovilles is not something to mess around with. Not.
And Lethal's in his studio. He's upstairs again. Good on you, kid. See,
you mention the man and the legend appears.
It's always nice to see my buddy.
I'll tell you, he had me in fits.
Huggles, Zan, Huggles like I've huggled you.
he had me laughing so hard at Expo.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
Oh.
Vapester, get it. Oh, it's nice to have a chill out on a Sunday, isn't it? You've got to have
it is.
I've had my hair cut now.
Look at you, sexy beast.
Yeah, but I'm just going pure white now. Look at all white. It's just white.
Worry about it when you get pink.
Yeah, that's true. I've got no pink. I'm fortunate with the no pink. I think eventually, all on my dad's side, they went white. And I mean white.
Oh, no, not me broadband.
Oh, yes, you froze again. We can hear you, though.
Yes, I'm froze.
I can hear you.
Jesus.
We've lost the video feed. No, we've lost... Oh, you're back. Move. No, we haven't. Have we lost you completely? Oh, great. Oh, it's going to be... Yeah, we're recovering. Lost connection. Oh, this is going to be fun. White is a hard colour to go. Well, all my family, especially on my dad's side, they are pure white. So I think that's what I'm Gandalf the Grey at the present moment. So hopefully Steve will be back with us in a second. Bear with. Come back, host Steve. I can't get the co-host these days. No. I mean, look, him and his internet, it's terrible. Customers are trying to watch this. Yes, I know. I've got customers. There you go. We will be doing this shortly. When Steve gets back. He's really lost it. Right, hopefully we can get him back. He's coming back. We can see.
We're back.
You're back.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're on
I'm
yellow.
back.
Oh, now you're on green. Whew.
Oh. Damn. That means I've got to stop what I was doing.
Right, what was you doing?
I'm not saying because the camera was off. I'm shy.
Oh.
Folks, I'm so sorry for this. BT's driving me nuts.
So he actually told you what's wrong with it?
Oh, no. Just sent an engineer out. You know, you may receive an engineer, which is going to cost you an arm and a leg. So they were a week late looking at the problem, and then all of a sudden this engineer turned up and bang, I get charged. And it's still not fixed.
Why are you being charged for it when it's their fault?
Because anything within inside the house, because he changed the box, they charge you for.
All right. Yeah, stop slacking.
Told you it was going to be rough now the boss is in. BT are bloody useless.
Oh. And you had a chance to have a vape afterwards and all.
I can neither confirm nor deny the rumours. However, I'll take the legendary status.
There you go.
Oh, bless. Well, given that we know we've got signal at the minute.
Yeah, I'd go through it news.
Let's go through news or go for the juice review first.
No, go through the news.
All right, we'll go through the news. We shall go through a couple of interesting ones. I think we're going to start with the European Respiratory Society. So this is a bunch of lung health alleged experts who refuse to say vaping is a safer alternative to smoking, due to what they claim is a lack of evidence. And that going to cold turkey is the easiest way to quit smoking. Really? It's the most bloody painful way. So they published its thoughts in the European Respiratory Journal, and they give 7 reasons. And I'm doing my best to be polite. But I would imagine if this was a conference and these 7 reasons were given over a microphone, he'd be gripping his ankles, if you get my drift. So smokers can quit with willpower alone and don't need reduced harm products like e-cigarettes. Do you want to tell Big Pharma that? Nicorette?
Yeah.
Yeah. The tobacco epidemic, there's the E word again.
Ooh, that lovely word.
Can be reduced with measures that already exist on a population level, such as plain cigarette packets, anti-smoking campaigns, and free national anti-smoking programs. Would that be the possibly reduced harm products like patches? Would it?
Probably.
There are undocumented assumptions that alternative nicotine delivery products are highly effective to aid someone stopping smoking. No, son, it's data. They're not assumptions, it's been tested. Unlike this list of seven opinions from the way I read it, mate.
Yeah.
Switching from cigarettes to e-cigarettes may be less harmful, but it's not harmless. Nobody ever said it was. E-cigarettes do not prevent smoking in non-smokers. Vaping is a habit picked up by people who have never smoked, normalising the habit in society. Really?
No.
Any reputable vape advocate, etc., has a very simple message. Yeah? If you smoke, vape. If you don't smoke, don't vape.
Yeah.
It's not hard. And there's an effective smoking cessation medication and services already. So we do need reduced harm products like patches.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't include Zyban in that particular list.
No, not really, no. But let's face it, they've proven that NRTs it only has something, I think it's something daft like 3% success rate.
Exactly. Whereas smoking blows it out of the water. Smoking does blow it out of the water.
Yeah, but no, vaping is the...
Vaping's much more effective. So a spokesman for this group of tards said evidence on the safety and effectiveness of alternative nicotine delivery products as a smoking cessation tool is lacking, while use of nicotine-containing products is spreading to non-smokers, which is most alarming. Really? Have they not seen the actual
just
report?
put a good thing in chat. What are the bets that all the people saying this have never smoked?
Oh, indeed.
And do you know something? I think half of this lot that comes out are from people that have never smoked.
It's terrifying, isn't it? How can you be an expert in something, yeah, to the point where you can stand up and start telling larger groups of people what they should and shouldn't do if you've never done it?
I've always said that.
It's like when you see people telling you how easy it is to give up drugs.
Hello,
you've never
common
touched
person.
a drug in your life. What a great name.
Common person. I like that one.
That's cool.
See, I've always... I speak to a lot of Chinese companies, especially on LinkedIn. And you'd be surprised how many of the Chinese companies, that the people that are trying to, sell vape gear and things like that, don't even vape or smoke.
Sounds about right.
It's so like, well, how do you know it's good?
Well, when you've got certain markets like clothes, we all wear clothes. Some of us more than others, but who cares? So, that's a fairly safe market, yeah? But when you're getting into niche areas, and let's be right, smoking is a niche area. Drug use is a niche. It's not something that's normal. You have to have experienced it, pitfalls, the positives, whatever, before you can hand on heart give an opinion on something.
Yeah, if you've never tried it either, I mean, if you're not a smoker and you've never tried vaping, how can you have a proper opinion about it?
Well, this is it.
And these are the people that are making policies.
That's the terrifying thing. Now, Professor John Britton of the University of Nottingham and director of the UK Centre for Tobacco and Alcohol Studies has retorted with a rather nice little soundbite. They, the authors, are so opposed to nicotine dependency in any form that they are risking the lives of smokers who would benefit by switching completely to e-cigarettes. There is nothing new in this paper that should change advice to smokers. And just as you wouldn't buy unlicensed alcoholic drinks, don't vape cannabis or other bootleg products. Short, sweet, factual. What does Public Health England think of their statements? So would I, Stresser, to be fair, because it goes against, but a lot of the European people are, which is true, is it not? We led with a story a couple of weeks back where the European for people involved in lung research were basically saying either toe the line or you won't be we won't be publishing your findings. which basically was a threat to destroy careers. So we just thought we'd open with that. So on to Canada, our Canadian friends.
Yeah, Canada. Blooming heck, they're a turncoat. They are.
I don't think they can make their mind up, mate.
No, because 1 minute they were against vaping, then all of a sudden they was for vaping, and now they're going backwards again.
You ain't kidding. Gailey's just put an interesting one. It's the difference between being able to have sympathy or empathy.
Yeah, that is very, very true.
Yeah, that's... And I, to be honest, I will always go with empathy. So, all flavoured e-liquid products are now banned in Nova Scotia from April the 1st, 2020. Which... I'm sure you'll see the irony in that choice of date. Politicians in Ontario are eyeing a possible total flavour ban, with the spokesman for the Progressive Conservative government saying, "We do know there is more to be done, so we are looking at flavoured vapes. We're looking at the nicotine content in vapes. We are looking at where vape products should be sold, and we will be taking the steps absolutely." So, if they're looking at flavoured vapes, surely you should look at the first two as your primary line of attack. Because if you get rid of the flavours, to be honest, there ain't that much point looking at how much nicotine is in it.
No.
Unless you're a diehard.
See, I just don't get Canada. I just do not get Canada whatsoever.
Well, it's
all
such a
all they're doing is following America. That's all they're doing.
It would appear so. I mean, Nova Scotia will be the first province in Canada to rule on a total ban. Now, the politicians there are calling for public input and want feedback from all involved, both pro and anti. So, be interested.
Mr. SoulOhm and Mr. BFG, I love you, but don't worry, I know the way. That was a quick change. Right. Okay.
Oh, back to our cousins in the States. They've done it again. Have they done it again? So there's a new report by the CDC. Latest figures suggest a significant rise in the number of young people vaping in the USA. Let's just look into that, shall we? So, I think this is more about interpretation and manipulation than actual figures. There's a definite feeling that conjecture may be available. Pub Puffs is in.
And Vic.
It's a Johnny Cash song that describes the last half hour really well. Is that Folsom Prison Blues, Pud? A boy named Sue?
A boy named Sue, yeah.
Looks a lordy, my arse is on fire. Oh, that perennial classic at Christmas. Does anybody else smell burning pubes, or is it just me?
I bet he's got bog roll in fridge.
Jesus. It's Mrs. Pudpuffs I feel sorry for.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the state of the bog after that? Oof, no. So, stats have been released by the CDC, and they're suggesting now there is 6.2 million teen vapors in the US. So the main argument against the alleged rise is raging across social media. And the best case to dispute the figures was made by a Sheila Vicaria, PhD, MSW, on Twitter. The 2019 Youth Tobacco Survey results are out, and there's some major issues with how they present their findings. Rather than crunching numbers, So there's a breakdown, and if you give me a sec, I will. Oh, I hate it when that happens.
What's that?
I just clicked on the link, and it's not. It's not gone to the breakdown that she gives. It's gone to the actual report, which is a.
Mixed taxis. If you're needing a taxi, go to Mixed Taxis, Gainsborough.
And you're in the Gainsborough area.
Yeah.
Friendly and budget-friendly service. Bless him. Come on, go to... There we are. Thank you. So, e-cigarettes are not tobacco products. They are nicotine delivery products. So, nicotine product use and associated factors would have been more factually correct. It's disingenuous for them to be lumped together because of the use of different substances and products when they're missing the key issues, namely that the use of combustible cigarettes has gone down drastically. The study proclaims that 23% of middle school and high schoolers are current users of the products. That actually means that 23% use a product in the past 30 days. So we're back to the puffed it once, didn't like it. Better settle my account.
Big thanks, mate.
Puffed it once or didn't like it, or those that do actually vape. So again, this is manipulation we've seen previously. The age groups aren't teased apart. They found that 1 in 8 middle schoolers, so that's 12.5%, used the product in the last 30 days. That means 7 in 8 middle schoolers didn't use one.
Yeah.
So again, we're talking about manipulation.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, they've always been doing that. I mean, this whole team epidemic, the original team epidemic, was based on the 30-day. So if you've put a jewel to your mouth, you're a vapor.
Now, what I found interesting was the 31% of high schoolers used the product. Yeah, so they claim. But that also, if you don't break down the age groups, which they don't, they just use the schooling band. Yeah. There's 12th grade in there, which in the States, a lot of those would be 18 and legal.
Yeah.
So she really does do a fantastic job.
They're really good at manipulating them figures.
She does an absolutely stunning job of... now, how do I... Right, I'm going to have difficulties actually putting
That's interesting. When they broke down the proper data on last year's version, there was 0.6% minors using regularly. They didn't also or previously smoke. So
that's tiny. You know, in statistical terms, that wouldn't even be particularly relevant, 0.6, when you look at the whole of the study. But it's amazing. The link I've just put up is actually to Sheila Vicaria's tweet page. And it's a pinned tweet. It's at the top of the profile. Go have a look, because she does a fantastic job. She really does. It's so nice to actually see somebody from the States punching holes in the manipulation and the lies that people are getting fed. I was really impressed when I read that.
Well, Pud Puffs has just turned around and said he's vaped a 50mg pod in the bathroom with my friend on break and passed out.
Interesting. Saying that, I was at a party drinking gin that I shouldn't have been able to purchase and smoking 20 Benson, and I recreated that famous scene from The Exorcist.
Yeah.
That was my first ever tobacco experience, and stupid me went back for more. So
it's crazy. I mean, we've spoke about this many times, and I know it's gone across loads of live shows, but we'll come back to it. It's a manipulation of numbers.
Oh yeah,
that's all it is a pure manipulation on numbers, And let's face it, if you're a good an accountant, you can make numbers sing and dance any way you want them to.
But the thing to look for is if you're looking at a percentage of any figure, yeah, the first thing to look at is the ratio of positive and negative. Because if you're talking 25% of a negative figure, yeah, a negative trend, shall we say, but that trend only makes up, 2-3% of the whole, 25% looks a damn sight bigger when you describe it as that rather than the actual figure.
I mean and what makes me chuckle as well, especially in the United States, from adults and youth, the smoking rates are the lowest they've ever been. But no one is celebrating that bit.
Yeah, because nobody's getting MS money for that. Bill, never a truer word was said, dear boy. There are lies, damn lies, and statistics. And somewhere on that range lies my chat-up lines. By God, you're looking serious.
Ebby's just put in, I vape 50mg nic salts along with my mech at 3mg for months until my heart started to act up. And in the end, as soon as in quick, the 50mg, boom, been good since then.
No Wetherspoons trips allowed during the show, thank you. That was a public service message from Mick.
There you go. But I don't know about
bless you.
When I first started vaping, though, I were on, 36mg.
Oh, God, no, I tried Arndale Centre. My first ever puff on any form of an e-cig cigarette was in Donny, in the Arndale Centre. And there was this very nice, flashy-looking little square cube, and they had these horrible Chinese cheapo e-cig pens. And she said, well, how many do you smoke? I was like, 2 packs. And she goes, oh, you better try 24. And I tried it, and it was like somebody had got a still saw to the back of my throat. So I actually started on 12. But I'd drop down to 3 in about...
I mean, I'm same as like what Vic was, because I started back in 2011 and now we're on 36mg, Nick.
Oh, well, mine would have been 2016, that would have been. And it just, whether it was high PG in it, because I've always been a
there were high PG. I mean, when I started vaping, they were all high. VG was always low. It was normally 70 PG, not VG.
Yeah.
And there were mostly it was it was Chinese version of tobaccos that I was vaping at that time.
I have real problems with really high PG liquids, but a lot of that's to do with me asthma. So, but by gum, that started a bit of the type with holes in the stores where you can hold onto it and pull yourself up. The Jack Vapor Cigarette. Those cigarette, you can still get them, can't you?
Yeah, of course you
can.
know
The ones with the light on the end.
Yeah.
I thought they'd gone the way of the dodo.
No. Believe
not.
it or not, you C4 and things like that, they're still going quite happily. Your cigarettes are still going. You can get your cigarettes from, is it iVapor? They're still doing them. You know, the little the cartridge that looks like your filter and you just screw it in.
Yeah, but there's people still buying them.
Yes,
you've got
people still buying
the amount
them.
of pods and things.
They're still available.
Mick, me and you both, mate, a hot mech on 3mm.
Yeah, that's
Can't fault that.
Yeah, I've been on that for a long time. Yeah, 10 motives. I remember the 10 motives.
Jesus.
In fact, I've still got my first ever e-cig, which was a 10 motives. I still got it downstairs. I will never get rid of it.
Oh, bless you. Well, I know I've watched some of Vic's older vids, and he's got this huge beast of an e-cig pen.
Oh, can you remember that? I know. I always remember he had that like hooker one. It was a red
Yeah.
one. And it was about this blooming big. I can't remember who made that one. I always thought that were awesome. That.
Vic, can you remember who made it, mate? It was absolutely.
It was red. He had a red one.
Yeah.
It looked like a blooming baton.
Back in the days when he had the mad scientist hair, it was fab.
Yeah, he had long hair then. Bless.
I'll tell you, if you ever want to see how far vaping's come, look at some of Vic's earlier vids.
Yeah.
Literally the first one, still on the camcorder. They went bankrupt about 2 months later. No one
It's
bought
about
it.
right. I wonder why.
Honest, do yourself a favour. If you've not been into vaping for that long, go back and look at some of Vic's really early videos that were taken from the camcorder, balanced on top of the telly, I believe. And
well, it was like yesterday. I was sat talking to a friend of mine, and I've known him since 2000, exactly 2000, February 2013. I've known him, and we was busy talking about how easy it is now to get into vaping. And we were talking about when we first started using RDAs, because the conversation got on that RDAs have seemed to have taken a back seat nowadays. They don't seem to be as popular as they used to be, whereas tanks...
Not in this house.
I know, in my house, yeah. And we were on about wicking up, when we used to have silica wick, and you used to have 32 gauge wire, and you used to have to double up your silica wick and wrap the actual wire around the silica wick first. Oh, the good old days.
Stuart and Bill have got me chuckling here. So Stuart put back when 11 watts was expected.
Oh, God, yeah.
And Bill says, with this 11 watts, you are spying us.
Oh, God. I remember when it was 20 watts and you thought that were amazing.
Well, I mean, what, the Anakin K-Box, I think it was. Not Anakin. Who did the K-Box?
Kanga,
Was it
wasn't it?
Kanga.
Kanga.
Kanga K-Box.
Yeah, what
Kanga...
happened to Kanga?
They're still about. They were at Expo, weren't they?
Were they?
Yeah, they had a stand.
It's amazing because you used to... So, like, I think out of all of them, Aspire is the one that's still going. But Anakin seems to have faded to background again. Kanga has as well.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
oh yeah, 2014 onwards. I mean, you can class the golden years of vaping is sort of like what, 2015 to 2017. I would say they were the golden years when like everything was just coming out.
Dear God, that takes me back.
What's that?
Kanga top tank clearomizer. I think I had one of those on top of the K-Box. It was definitely the Kang. It was bought as a kit, so it was the Kanga tank on top of the Kanga K-Box. And that's back when I couldn't make the full switch. It was only when I got the X-Cube 2. And I used the Kanga tank on top of the X-Cube. And that's when things changed. But absolutely amazing.
So
yeah,
they're right. So Kanga are an OEM manufacturer now. Yeah.
Intriguing. But I mean, when you look at Aspire, though, Aspire, they may not be the first name on people's lips, but they're good, cheap, solid.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, they've been going a long time.
Yeah. Oh, Kangaroo. Oh, right. I missed Vic's comment. Sorry. So where were we? Right. Anyway, away from all this madness of retro vaping. So, which reminds me, whoever put those vids up of Vic singing, you're gonna burn. They were great to watch, but asking Vic for a Christmas song this year, that was a bit naughty.
He's got a good little voice, Vic.
He's got an amazing voice. But times have changed and we've moved on, and expecting him to suddenly come out with the 2019 Little Drummer Boy remix was a bit harsh.
Bless him.
Right, Dinner Lady.
Dinner
Lady. We reported a couple of weeks ago that they'd opened shops within the EG Group service stations in the UK. They've not stopped there. They're now pushing into Europe. So, into France specifically, with the French vape market estimated to be worth around 350 million a year. So it looks like rich pickings are possible for Dinner Lady.
Are they pushing them because they're pushing the pods, aren't they? The disposable pods.
Well, it appears it will be not just pods, but the actual liquid as well. I'm looking at a picture here of a number of the Dinner Lady staff surrounded by large plastic bottles of lemon tart. So,
yeah, Vic, I remember that one. Back in 2014, he was on an Anakin MVP2. No one needs any more than 11 watts.
Oh, come on. I remember when I got my first, Pentium CPU. And it was like, wow, this is so fast. We'll never need any more. Look, I can do 3 things at once.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Christ, back in the day.
When you stop and think about it, if you've been vaping the length of time, especially like me and Vic have, boy, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
In such a short space of time.
And I think therein lies the issue with what we're seeing in America, because it's gone from 0 to 100 that quickly. We've gone from something nobody knew about to everybody knows about it within 3 years, and it's having such a big effect on the economics of the market. This is why we're seeing these knee-jerk reactions.
Yeah, you've got a point.
I mean, can you imagine it if, say you had a small company in Latvia, and you'll see where I'm going with this. They design a car, an electric car, let's say, and for the first couple of years, they sell a few in Latvia, and everybody's taking the mick because it's a Latvian car, and then in 3 years, they start selling a couple of billion models all over the world. How do you think the competition's going to react? How's the Saudis going to react because of the impact on the petrol sales?
Oh, yeah.
You see where I'm going with that? When you start putting it into different markets...
If we're going for tinfoil hat things, you know how you watch these programs about aliens and UFO findings and all that thing? There was one many moons ago that I watched, and an American guy had found a way to have an engine that runs on water. Paint pending and all that lot, and by all accounts, he just disappeared.
You ever thought he might have been sectioned?
No, by all accounts, it was... Yeah.
You've started, Mr. Mullin. Well, Tesla, that was a prime one. Tesla was... Well, before he started getting discredited, Tesla was onto some really interesting stuff.
Yeah. See, Vic knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. He vanished. All his research as well. Just disappeared.
Well, you've got to wonder, haven't you? How is it a phone in 10 years can go from a house brick to something you can slip into your back pocket, in terms of battery? And yet, we still can't produce an electric battery for a car? Really?
Well, we can now.
Yeah, but at that cost and that size? Come on. There's something not right there. But anyway,
Edison.
Edison silence test. Yes. But Edison didn't have those really cool death ray towers, which I thought were brilliant.
Oh, the death ray towers, yeah.
Plus, Tesla was on to... he was starting to work on trying to propose wireless energy transfer, wasn't he?
Mm.
Which, when you look at Wi-Fi now, maybe he wasn't so crazy after all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever you're doing on your internet, slow it down, because you're backing up a bit.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna close some tabs.
Yeah, close some tabs.
I shall close some tabs. Yes, clear some tabs. Right, so on to unfortunate news. It's hit the internet that there's been a couple of vape shops fined for underage sales. So Staffordshire Vape Shop have been hit with a huge fine after a trading standards sting, and I'm surprised we haven't seen more of these, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The shop was fined £1,700 and given costs of £1,993.50 and made to pay a so-called victim surcharge of £170. I don't see how, because I always thought the victim surcharge was for things like assaults where there was actually somebody suffered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the defence solicitor told the court there have been 2 failed test purchases in the last 6 years. Following this incident, both directors have become extra vigilant and staff are reminded to ID anyone who appears to be underage. There's a new process where staff must sign a register when denying customers, and they have also started a Challenge 25 policy. This is stated all over the social media and Facebook page. So the Trading Standards Manager states, this successful prosecution shows we take the selling of age-restricted products to young very seriously. We expect all retailers to operate within the law, which in this case is designed to protect children and young people. We recognise the benefits of e-cigarettes as an aid to quit, and there's the difference between us and the States. However, it's not appropriate for children under the age of 18 to be using e-cigs. Test purchasing operations are a good way to make sure the retailers have strong policies in place. Meanwhile, a vape shop in Reading was caught selling to a 15-year-old. They were fined £800 and ordered to pay costs of £2,000 with a victim surcharge of £80. And UK Via's John Dunn tweeted, "When will people learn? Hopefully this will wake some people up. Don't sell vapes to minors. It's not rocket science." Again, but I've simple, got to, straight advice.
Being on the defence, I do feel sorry for shops.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, some 15-year-olds look a lot older. I mean, it's the prime case of when they're in the school uniform, they look 15, but when they're out and about,
in the slap, yeah. No, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
It's.
I'm not saying it's right by any means of the imagination, but
it's a case of who watches the Watchmen, mate.
Yeah.
Because during a lot of the arguments in the States, the British legislation and control of vaping products was at the forefront of those arguments. Now we have to be seen to be following those and policing those, which is what this is. You know, if you got caught, they're not going to give you fines of those size because, oops, I made a mistake. Yeah, if you can show evidence that you have followed, in the majority of cases, those rules, yes, you know, you made a mistake in this particular case, somebody got served, but and that's why they've started that ledger, because you can then evidence.
Yeah. But all I was saying, I wasn't saying right or wrong. What I was saying was, I do feel sorry for the actual.
Oh God, yeah.
Because of a lot of kids at 15 look older, a hell of a lot older.
Well, Annette's just said everybody that doesn't look 25 or over gets ID'd at the vape room. You know, that is a pain in the arse, and it can be embarrassing at times for people.
Yeah.
You know. nobody likes doing it. So so what are we? We're nearly an hour into the show, and Bo's just realised the net's in. Somebody's getting cold shoulder.
Oh, bless.
Oh, bless. Ines just said to Bo, how many times have we ID'd the same people on different days? Because obviously they work alternate days, to the point where they now come in with the ID ready.
If it works, it works. That's it, isn't it?
And finally, scientists reckon vapors are twice as likely to become depressed than non-vapors. And you know why? Because we read American news stories. Researchers from the lofty Johns Hopkins University have said, at the very least, our findings warrant careful and thorough evaluation of e-cigarette use in both youth and adults with depression. American University? So the team looked at data gathered from 892,000 people. Stephen, there's a comma. And taken from the US federal surveys in 2016 and 2017. They reckon, given most e-liquids contain arsenic, aluminium and lead,
Oh, God.
key contributors, they are key contributors to the nervous system, meaning vapors are more prone to mental health issues. If we vaped stuff with arsenic, aluminium and lead in, forget depression, I think breathing might be more of an issue.
Yeah.
Vapors are far less likely to actually be breathing than non-vapors.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Do you know what makes me chuckle? Do they sit round a table and think, I know, let's do a study on a pointless thing? Who cares? Who bloody cares? I mean, come on. I mean, how much would that study cost?
Well, yeah, who's paying for it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first question.
So how much did that blooming cost? Who bloody cares?
Oh, Mick says he's getting busy here. The sponsorship's working. We'll keep it up, Mick. We'll keep it up. After the presentation, if you're in Gainsborough and need a reliable and friendly taxi service, try Mix. Oh, bless. Yeah, that's more like it, Dyer thing. They sit around the table and see what grants they can apply for.
I always remember a few years back when we did Last of the Summer Vapes, Adam came up with one. And honestly, we were wetting ourselves, absolutely wetting. In America, they decided to test cinnamon e-juice on semen. It's true, honestly.
Sailors?
And it's so like, where did they come up with this? Oh, do you know what? What we'll do, we'll get a load of men, they'll wank in a blooming in a petri dish, and we'll pour cinnamon juice on it. Wonder what'll happen. What? Yeah, I'm up for that one, love. Yeah, that study sounds right up my street.
Right, so what is it? Magazines, videos, or are we talking live action?
Honestly. It's like, who thinks up these stupid bloody studies?
God, can you imagine the advert, you know, wanted vapors with good aim.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, man. Bill, thank you so much for putting that up. Just a quick reminder, guys, Jenny's fundraiser. I was trying to think of the word there. Oh, it's not fundraiser.
It must be 3 o'clock. Hello, sweetheart.
I'm nearly out.
Coffee. Thank you, my love.
Jenny's NatWest version of the GoFundMe is still running. There's a few days left, so if you haven't given and you can afford just a couple of quid,
Yeah.
it would really be gratefully accepted. She was doing really well last time I checked. She was, I think she'd broken the 300 barrier. So
Yeah, awesome. And big thank you to everyone that has donated as
yes,
well. Big thank
massive
you to you guys.
thank you.
On the way.
Bless you.
On the way.
New contraceptive, according to Bill. What, wanking into a bucket? No. It's still
And add
live.
cinnamon to it.
Go and fetch the turkey baster, Mabel. You should be fine. And while we're talking about things that are running, the ESIG Click Awards are still open.
Yes.
They will be open till the 17th. So if you've not cast your vote, they've just the YouTube channels alone. There is a proper list of, it's going to be a close one. There is some fabulous channels on there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good award this year because there's some corkers in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at Neil H's article, and what he has said is they've seen a spike in childish and idiotic comments. So there's a zero tolerance policy.
You can't comment on voting.
Well,
how can you comment on the voting?
No, when you did the nominations, you were able to put
right, yeah,
free text in. So it's a sad day when ESIG Click have to put an article up saying, we're all supposed to be adults in the vape world. At times, it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, come on.
It's all right, Vic. You're going to vote for me, aren't you, kiddo? Don't worry about it. Don't honestly.
I've just
Vic.
realised you're not actually sat in a chair, are you? You just perched on top of those two massive knackers you've got underneath you.
No, Vic, you'll be fine, honestly. Don't worry about it.
Never been more pleased. Rachel, I'm so sorry. Rachel's just put, never been more pleased that I kicked the kids upstairs when I watched this, explaining why Mabel would need a turkey baster is not high on my to-do list.
Oops.
Sorry. You started it with the bucket. Not my fault.
Well, I was polite. I said semen.
Yeah, but you didn't say for the actual action. I'm hiding in the kitchen away from my two was definitely prepared. Annette, thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Well, that's pretty much it, mate. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So,
have we got any good news?
Yeah. We're going to be tasting this.
Are we going to talk about it? We may as well. It's 3:00.
Yes, if we could. So, this week, we will be trying the Trapple from the VapePunx range, available at the Vapory. Now, I've been absolutely stunning packaging it as usual.
I like it.
Again, Jenny's designs just run right the way through this range, and it's brilliant. Interesting bit that I picked up off the label that I wasn't aware of. Now, Bo's talked about this before, that he came up with the recipe, but then it goes off to a lab for mixing the batch up. It's Bruce Brothers in Lincolnshire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Makers of their infamous custard themselves. And I was thinking, this is amazing. When I tried the lime fruit. Yeah. The lime fruit, I was thinking, by God, this is really good stuff, he's banging it out for that. How's he doing that? And I wonder who mixes it. Well, Bruce Brothers. So I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued on this one.
So what are you going to have yours on?
I'm having mine on the Viper. On the drop. Fresh, just to show to camera. That is virgin cotton in there. So, what are you doing yours on, you sexy beast?
Well, since you're doing it on an RDA, I'm going to do it on a pod. I've got this new pod. I'll just put it together before I actually fill it so you can have a look at it. This does look like a very similar product to somebody else's. This is the Polar Night, and what's it called now? This is called the Taste King. RPM 80 watts. Not the 40 watts, the 80 watts. It does look like somebody else's, but there you go. I just got that in on Thursday to have a bash, so I'm going to use that. The coil in this one, I do not know, so bear with. Let's have a look, what coil? And the coil doesn't state exactly what it is. That's good, isn't it? Well, for starters, I ain't got a clue what the coil is, so, right. So, I'm going to give the coil a little drizzle.
Right,
We're going to knuckle test it first.
Yes, please.
Let's knuckle test it.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh. Did yours get a bit of a fizz?
But the smell's fabulous.
Oh, that's definitely an apple. Oh, blooming hell. Right.
Right. The best way to describe the smell I got was like, you know, if you ever had a soda stream, they used to do an appleade, and it was a very candied, sugary apple. And that was the smell I got. But when you taste it, no. There's like
Do you know what I'm
fizz.
getting?
What?
Can you remember your 10p mixers?
Yeah.
And you used to get your fish with the sugar on top?
Yeah.
You know, the jelly type fish? That. Where's the hole in this? Right. So I've got to wait a couple of minutes for mine to...
And yet the vape smells completely different. You're getting more of that real apple smell. Well, shall I go ahead on the dripper?
Yeah, you go ahead. Because I thought it would be a good idea for me to taste it on a pod system and you try it on, see if there was any difference.
So I've got these on 0.1 coils. They're aliens. Actually made by a local guy, Danny Amendola. Absolutely brilliant coil builder. But, let's give it a bash. Oh, wow. This is a complex flavour. It's quite difficult to explain it. Think, right. You know Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and he's got all those amazing sort of sweets that he does. Yeah. Imagine, if you will. So you've got the base note, which is the candied apple. Yeah. And that's what's hitting you straight off. And then you're getting a fresh apple flavour. But that seems to sort of sing high and low.
I need you to try
really
this, but wait yet. Right, good. Well, the coil in this one is a 0.66.
There's an undertone of sweet. The sweet is definitely there. But there's almost like a cooking apple flavour, and then like an eating apple. So, tell you what, while I'm struggling with the describing it, so on the website, it's described as an almighty mix of triple apples, Granny Smith, Fuji and candy, and blended to create a refreshing and wonderful all-day vape. You ain't kidding, all day. This bottle is not going to last long, mate. I am so glad I waited to try this.
I'm just waiting for my coil to get in. It's coming through now.
Sod waiting for your coil. I'm loading up again.
Okay, I'm at 6 watts here.
That is wicked cloud production as well.
That's just coming through. Chris Doyle's vaping on it at the present moment.
That's cloud production.
Alright, let's go up to 20 watts. See what we're doing.
That is gorgeous. Some apple flavours are just too sweet.
But I mean, that's on 20 watts, and that's good.
Are you getting that sweet, but then you get the fresh at top?
Yeah, best way of explaining it, I'm getting, like I said, you know, like you jellyfish that you used to get in your 10p mix. You're getting that kind of an apple, but then you're getting like your Granny Smith straight after that. And the Granny Smith is more the actual skin of the Granny Smith. You're getting that skin more than the flesh,
and it's gorgeous. I like a sweet apple, don't get me wrong, but this takes it to another level.
I think is there a red one in here? Just slightly.
That would be the Fuji.
Yeah. So this is how I'm predicting it. Oh, you're getting that. You're definitely getting that jelly sweet apple with a little bit of that, you know, the sugar on the outside of it. I'm getting the Granny Smith, more of the skin taste, and then just below that you're getting a red apple.
And my God,
that is blooming gorgeous.
That's an all-day vape for me.
I am not an apple fan, I've got to admit, but that is lovely. It really is.
You know you've found a good flavour when your mouth's watering afterwards, and at the minute, the jets are on.
I've only got this at 20 watts.
On a pod?
On a pod, I've got it at 20 watts.
There you go. So this really is a juice for all types of vapors.
What ratio is it on this one?
70-30.
70-30.
And the cloud production on this is absolutely brilliant. And it's such a thick, same with the lime fruit, such a thick vapor.
It's beautiful.
It's chewy. You know, it's lovely.
That is really, I've got to admit, I am not normally a apple fan as a vape. I don't mind it, but this is an all day.
I'm going to drown here. Stresser says, you know it's a good flavour when you fog out the room as quickly as you have. Dude, this, if you can get your hands on this range,
Yeah.
do it.
I want to ask Chris Doyle, you're vaping it at the present moment. How we're describing it, would you agree with us? Or is there anything that you're finding that's a little bit different to us?
Be interesting to see that. It's not very often. This is what I like about live reviews.
Yeah.
You can ask people who've tried it themselves. So would you agree, Chris? Because I'm definitely getting the flavour range that's on the website. I wouldn't say I could pin it down to the actual type of apple, but
That is beautiful, that. I mean, I'm on a pod. And the flavour that's coming out of this is absolutely gorgeous.
I must admit, I do like the idea that we're doing the dripper and the pod. We'll have to do more of these.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea because then obviously you're finding out, because let's face it, an RDA, like we said last week, an RDA can cover like a SoulOhm tank, whereas a pod, they're normally slightly a bit different.
Now, the Vapory has a deal on. So if you buy one bottle, it's £12.99 plus your postage. If you buy 2 bottles, it's £20 plus your postage. Yeah. If you can afford that £20, get yourself 2 bottles.
That is as yummy as oat. I'm getting a little bit of cooling as well. Are you?
Not so much.
I'm getting a little bit of cooling.
There might be a little hint in the background, but whatever it is.
Oh yeah, it's very much in the background.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Well, I know what I'm vaping on for the rest of the show.
Yep. I like that.
That's the first time I've had an apple that's purported to be fresh that does actually taste like a fresh apple.
This is the first apple that I've wanted to vape more of. I can't say fairer than that.
There we go. So, right, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being Zebra, 10 being Rochford. Where would you put this?
8.5.
I'm going 1 mate, 9.5.
9.5. 8.5.
9.5.
This is a corking all-day vape.
If somebody walked up to me and handed me a bottle of this and then just said vape it, I think I'd be arrested for molesting them afterwards, bless them. Wow, what a flavour.
Yeah.
I loved the lime fruit. I'm a massive fan of grapefruit vapes.
I'm sorry,
this is
but
now my number one.
This is better than the lime. The grapefruit one.
I am so excited to try the rest.
Honestly,
excited. That's the word I would use.
I mean, I'm so impressed.
This is not going to last me the day.
Especially with me, because I mean, I just do not like. Well, I say I don't like. That's a bit harsh. I'm not an Apple fan when it comes to vaping, but this. That is beautiful. I'm going to increase the. I mean, I'm only at 20 watts here. And look at the vapour that's coming out of this.
Don't forget to clean under the desk. No, we like stalagmites, Bill. Sorry, stalactites, isn't it? Tights come down, mites go up. And I know we've been a bit quiet here, but
that is beautiful.
This juice deserves some respect. So if you just bump that up a bit.
No, I ain't bumped it up now. I'll bump it up a bit.
Just bump it up a bit. See if you're still getting the same flavour off it.
Go for 30 watts.
Because obviously I'm on a mech, so I'm fixed.
No, I'm still getting exactly the same flavour. That is corking. At low wattage as well.
With the apple, I would say everybody knows what a fan I am of the Homeboy range, the botanicals, because those are flavours that come very close to as if you were eating it fresh. Festus, sorry mate. This could quite easily sit there in the Homeboy botanicals range for that sort of crisp flavour to it. That's lovely. That is really nice.
Well, Chris Doyle, I'm getting a little cooling as well. Yeah, there is a little bit of cooling at the background. I wouldn't say it's cool harder. It's, there is a name for it. Bo, you can tell me. It just lowers the temperature. It's not like a menthol or a cool harder or anything like that. It just lowers the temperature, and you're only getting it just here. I'm only getting a little bit, just that cooling, just at the back there. But
apparently the lime fruit and pango are cold, the rest aren't.
This has got a bit of cooling in it. It definitely has. Just at back of the throat. But it's not, like I said, it's not like a mint or anything like that.
There you go. There's a touch of WS-23 to it, which is that it's the cooling agent. That is gorgeous.
So I've got to ask Bo: Have we nailed it? Have we described it how it's supposed to be? I always find that interesting. Have we missed anything?
Come on, Bob. I was really nervous about doing a live taste test, knowing that the guy who created it would be in chat.
That is gorgeous. I'm sorry.
Well, hold on. Is this Bo's flavour or is this Annette's flavour?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a point.
Come on.
Go on. Who did it?
Which one of you two lovely people?
Oh, no. Go, no.
Pretty much Bob on. Hit the nail on the head. This was a bit of both. You two deserve hugs and huggles. Oh, God.
We're just going to come round just to give you a hug for this one. I really am impressed with this.
What a flavour. Honest.
Awesome.
That just... Oh, that is not going to last me the day. I can
Do you know what
guarantee.
I'm impressed with? It's blooming good on a pod.
Yeah?
That is good on a pod. And this Polar Night, what's it called again? The Taste King. I'm impressed with this little thing.
Probably true, Mick. Mick's just said if it's hers, it's hers. If it's his, it's theirs.
Awesome. Well,
What a
next
flavour.
week, we've got 4 more to try. So next week, what we're going for? Because
Pango.
we've got the Pango.
We'll go for the Pango and we'll go for the Pearberry.
Pearberry? Okay, right, I'll get them all ready. Because we've got the Waterberry and what's the other one? The Bubble Melon.
Now, out of all of them, the Bubble Melon is the one that's going to have to work hardest for me because I'm not a bubblegum fan.
Oh, I like a good bubblegum. But the last time that I had a bubblegum was the... what was it called? What was the one with the comic book?
Hubba Bubba.
No, not Hubba Bubba.
Yeah, that used to have the comic wrapped around it.
No, not Hubba Bubba. It was the proper bubblegum. The American one. No, it wasn't Hubba Bubba.
No dumpling added during the show.
You don't. Bazooka. Thank
Joe.
you.
Yeah.
Bazooka. Yeah, and it was Bazooka from Canada. And that was absolutely gorgeous, that. So, well, I know what I'm
Bubble
going to be
melons.
making for the rest of the day.
There we go. Bubble Melon's the one that sells the least, but did the best at the Liverpool Tattoo Convention.
Right.
So
Interesting.
I think we ought to do that next week.
The bubblegum.
So do the
Okay.
Pango
Yeah, and
next
the
week
bubblegum.
and the bubblegum.
The Bubble Melon. Mm-hmm. There we are.
That's what's going to be on next week's show. We're only doing this one today, and then hopefully we've got 2 on for next 2 shows. That I am so impressed. I genuinely, hand on heart, impressed with that. Well
I
done.
knew it was going to be nice, but I didn't think it was going to be that good. That is...
Chris
that's
Doyle
a
says the
stunning juice.
pearberry is awesome.
Oh.
I can't believe it. I'm only at 30 watts though. Cloud production, flavour. Oh, it's just on point with this.
There we are. Bo's just put up. The trapple has been lowered to £10 each for the next 2 hours.
Awesome.
Go for it, because you will not.
You'll not
Be
be disappointed
disappointed.
with this.
You really won't.
Oh,
God. I'm still drowning in saliva here. This is cool. This really is making my mouth water.
that is just so nice.
Stuart.
I've just got rid of a tank. I've just used a whole tank.
Bloody hell.
I've just vaped a tank. I've got to fill it. Honestly, I'm not kidding you. I've just vaped a tank.
I know. Right. Well, for a guy that doesn't like Apple, what does that tell you?
Can't get over that. I've just vaped a tank. That is beautiful.
Oh. Remember what you were saying about you can't review something in front of the maker because that would be like self-manipulation?
Yeah. Obviously,
I think we've just done that for half an hour.
Is that being? Are we voyeurs? I honestly, Gail, I don't. I'm not a fan of Apple vapes, but wow,
That is gorgeous. And
Rachel,
the nice thing
you've
is,
missed a load here. You've missed a load.
wrong phrase.
If you'd have turned around and told me so like an hour ago, what do you think to Apple vapes? So you'd be, nah, you're all right.
Wow. And the nice thing, I'm still getting the 3. You know, some flavours merge after you've been vaping
No,
them
you're
for a
still
bit.
getting them. You're still getting them exact. Very, very impressed.
Too right. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed that, because I did. Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Dear God.
25 minutes of enjoying it.
Sorry. Really sorry, but... Oh, man. Like I said with the lime fruit, you know, if we gushed any more, we'd have needed wellies. I think we better call a plumber. That is cracking.
It's really smooth as well. It's not harsh or anything like that. You're not getting any chemical tastes or anything like that. That is beautiful. I'm very, very impressed. You should be well chuffed with your sends, honestly.
Well, if this is how nice the fruit range is, there's a dessert range in the kicking. Oh, tell me about it. I am so... Oh, dear God. Yeah, Zan, I caught that one.
How sweet would you say it is? I would say it's a sweet vape.
It's sweet, but it's not Malaysian sweet.
Yeah, definitely not, no. It
No.
is a sweet vape, but I wouldn't say it's overly sweet.
I'll let you know on Thursday how the coils react to it, because I've got it on... Oh, God. How bad's that?
What?
Well, I'd vaped the MVV nearly dry using the orange and mandarin, yeah? And I've just been loading it up with Trapple.
Oh, you've double dripped, have you?
Actually, that's really nice with that as well. Oh, dear God. I'm befuddled. Befuddled, I say.
Right.
No, it's not definitely... It's not a sour apple.
No, it's not, no.
It is a sweet apple base, but then you get that, almost like you said, the skin
Yeah.
of the red, and it just weaves in and out, and it's gorgeous. It really is. Oh my God. Anyway, enough of this, I tell you. No, I don't think the underside of the desk can take any more.
Honestly, genuinely.
That is amazing stuff. Right, let's move on. So I know quite a few of you have been watching The Mandalorian, which is fabulous. We will be getting Mark sorted for that.
I can't watch it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to sort that.
And there's Baby Yoda and I can't watch it. And people keep on putting stuff up on Facebook and I can't watch it.
I'll tell you what. you really are in for a treat, mate. Because
Just for Baby Yoda.
Forget Baby Yoda. It's one of the few Star Wars spin-offs that actually feels like Star Wars.
Mm.
The storyline's there, the characters are there, the grittiness is there. It's brilliant. It really is fantastic.
Well, I haven't been watching much lately, besides Star Trek, the original series, Star Trek Voyager. Been watching House, but I watched Justice League last night again after the first initial watch, and I'm still. I just don't know. There's just something missing in it. And I can't work out what it is.
Oh, hello.
What?
People ordering Trapple.
Awesome.
Bill, you'll love it. Yeah, it's not as meaty as the Marvel Universe offerings.
No.
But there's a lot more humour to it. I think the problem is DC went the other way around, so they got a very strong TV presence with the Flash, the Arrow. You know, Batman's been around forever.
Well, yeah.
Wonder Woman, that was a really strong character anyway.
Yeah, and she's hot.
It helps. Aquaman. Now, I don't think they did enough with him in the Justice League compared to the film. When I saw the Aquaman film, it was brilliant. You know, finally, because Aquaman was always one of my favourite DC characters.
Yeah.
You know, he started off a bit camp, but by God, he got gritty towards sort of 90s and 2000s. So, still getting his T'Pol fix from Star Trek Enterprise. Ben, you'll go blind.
Yeah, I watched it on Prime yesterday. Yeah. Hey, Stu. Yeah. But Wonder Woman. Yeah, you can't beat a bit of Wonder Woman.
I've just noticed Vapester's comment. He's going to buy Disney Plus for it. There is another way. It's a little grey on the legality side, but CEX. Yeah, come on, let's get the jokes out of the way. But it is literally curly C EX. Look them up online. They do second-hand tech. Yeah? And if you have a look, they're not the cheapest, but they do have some very good value tech on for Fire Sticks, for Android boxes. I would go for the Fire Sticks rather than the Android box because there's a lot of bad Android boxes out there. However, if you can find an NVIDIA Shield, and I managed to pick one up, same spec as the Pro, which is 200 quid. Yeah? But I've got mine for less than 150.
Oh, that's good, though.
So I was impressed by that. I've been setting that up this morning, and that's why I'm saying we're going to sort Mark out, because my previous streaming option will be winging its way to SoulOhm Towers.
Just be careful. I don't want to be getting a strike on my channel.
No, you're not going to.
Well, no, I mean,
no, well, I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm telling you about the tech. There's a difference. So that is
Disney Plus isn't available in the UK until March next year, from what Rachel's heard.
Oh, that sucks. Vapester's already got the Roku and the Amazon Fire 4K. Good choices. App on the smartphone? Yeah, you're not kidding, Stuart. So there is plenty of ways that you can catch the Mandalorian.
I haven't seen
But again,
it yet.
as Mark said, we have to be careful saying how because we don't want to get a strike. But
yeah. So, what have you been watching lately?
Mandalorian. Now there's the new Robert De Niro. I think is it The Irishman?
Okay.
That's on Netflix. Lots of Doctor Who. Been started at the start and worked my way. I'm currently up to the end of Capaldi. So it's fab.
Have you seen the new trailer? There's a new trailer.
Yes, I saw the new trailer. I'm a bit concerned.
Why are you concerned?
Why am I concerned?
What's your concern?
My concern is that they appear to have got more politically correct writers in.
I'm just hoping that they're not going to bugger it up.
Well, there is apparently, going off the teaser trailer, I would say there is a much longer story arc this time round. And they appear to be putting the Doctor in jeopardy. And for those of us that have watched it for many, many, many years, that normally means there's a regeneration at the end of this series.
Because I heard middle of this year that Jodie was planning on bowing out.
Well, apparently those rumours have been poo-pooed, so...
Yeah, but let's face it, they would poo-poo them from official sources, so you carry on watching.
Well, yeah, they're going to, and the issue for me is this going to kill it?
It could do.
If they keep on messing around with the times again. 1 Billion Lives now. I watched 1 Billion Lives, Bruni. I was quite impressed.
I've never seen it. After all the hype and all the hoo-ha and everything, I have never seen it. I've not seen the one on Netflix either.
Yeah, the one on Netflix is pretty good. I mean, we talked about that fairly in depth last week. The only thing that really put me off was the American teens they've got at the start of it. Because it really did melt your brain. Once you got past that, it wasn't too bad. Oh, that's wrong. So we got The Joker's out on DVD by Christmas. I haven't seen that yet.
No, I ain't seen that yet.
So
and Grumpy says that Whittaker and Symbols will be leaving by the end of this season.
Awesome. Well, if that's the case, who's going to take it over? Because they can't carry on this PC streak.
They can't.
You know, hashtag SquirtPunx. How do you make a SquirtPunx? Follow me, my dear. I think the showrunners are tired of the show and letting writers run it into the ground at this point. Possibly I think the problem is they've not... If you look at the original Doctor Who and before the reboot, and to some extent post-reboot up until sort of Matt Smith, the writers they had on all had proven either Doctor Who chops or sci-fi chops. Then with this last series, they brought in new writers, young writers, writers that had done more socially aware stuff.
Yeah, but more period.
I mean, some of the writers for this year's, I was looking on YouTube, and apparently one of them's done various series, but all of them seem to revolve around teenage girls and angst. There was another writer that was known for his things about minority issues.
Oh, God.
You know, they're political playwrights. They're not sci-fi.
No. I mean, it's good and evil and that. It's not political. I mean, bring them out. It's escapism. That's the whole point of sci-fi. It's escapism. It's not a moral tale too much, really, is it?
It's about the dream, innit?
Yeah.
Let's be right. Star Trek. You look at all the devices on Star Trek. Communicator. We got a mobile phone. You know, okay, we haven't got matter drives yet.
Not yet, but...
And we haven't got teleporters, but I look forward to it.
One day.
God, can you imagine the rush hour? You know, 3 people spliced in teletransporter accident.
It's scary. But yeah, I mean, sci-fi's good. It's that escapism. I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's that entertainment escapism. It's not to for somebody to put an agenda across.
If you look at some of the classic writers like Philip Dick and Asimov, yeah, a lot of it was political comment, but it was wrapped in a solid story. You know, I, Robot. A lot of that was about, you know, the various political systems and morality and, you know, a conscience.
I mean, yeah, what sci-fi can do politics. Star Trek did it without insulting the audience. The current Who writers do not. Yeah, that's true.
100% dire thing. I mean, Star Trek's always had a fairly political, you know, prime directive, etc. You know.
I mean, let's face it, Star Trek has always been based around that American dream. It always has been. I mean, it's very... How can you... We want to be good. It's the best of humanity. But it's that portraying of the best of humanity, isn't it?
And that's what I've always loved about Star Trek, because it's always been firmly held on that keel. Even on the wildest of stories, where they've gone back in time and they've gone forward, you know, there has always been that core about it being the best of humanity.
But it's not been a...
Well, apart from the bit where Kirk goes around trying to shag anything with tentacles.
Well, yeah, he just shags anything. Well, it was the 60s. It was free love and all that kind of stuff, wasn't it?
Bill, you ain't kidding. Dune was a hell of a commentary on organised religions. You know, I love Dune. I'm so excited about this new version.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new version.
Because there are plenty of people that hate the 80s one, but it was so worth it. It really
Teleportation has happened. Only one one atom, though. Was that in CERN?
No, it's part of quantum theory.
No, I mean, I think it was done in CERN. You know, the hydro...
Well, the proof was, but the theory is there. There's one particular quantum particle, and it can teleport from one area to another. But it's ever so... They've also proven wormhole theory.
Yeah.
But again, it's on a microscopic level.
They've also found the Bose particle. Particle as well, aren't they?
The one that gives mass. Yeah.
Look at us! Look at us! Anyone think that we were intelligent? No.
I'll tell you what. If you have a slight interest, the BBC do a podcast. I'm trying to think. The name of it's just... I was thinking Brian Cox, and it's just disappeared from my head, the name of the podcast. Hold on. I'm going to have to risk the internet gods.
Oh, no. That's it, the Higgs boson particle.
Particle, yeah. Infinite Monkey Cage. If you haven't heard it, it brings science, just pure entertainment. So you're normally talking a couple of scientists and then a celebrity who has an interest in science or a link to science. And those are some of the most enjoyable podcasts I have ever heard.
See, I used to be a big fan of Sky at Night. Used to love...
Oh, Patrick!
Love Sky at Night. But do you know something? I can't watch it now.
Yeah?
And it's all down to one person. There's a female in there, and she talks to you like you're blooming 5.
I quite like that.
I think she'd want to change your nappy as well.
No, as long as she spanked me when I was a bad boy, I don't care.
Honestly, they've turned it into a for people that are amateur into it, to almost turning it into something that's for children. You know, and it's almost like she's talking to you like you're a child, and it's so like, oh, you just totally lost it. So I don't like it.
Mick's just put, he's been teleporting mortals all weekend. Most of them have no idea how they got home. Cheers, Mick. Dan says, Stevie, there is something really wrong with you. No.
I went to see Patrick Moore. He used to go around the country doing lectures, and for one of my birthday presents, Jan got me to go and see him in Bradford.
Oh, wow.
That was brilliant, that.
I think, and this is a parallel with Brian Cox. They both have such a passion for their field.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Indeed, great.
It's amazing.
I wasn't sure about Brian Cox.
I like
and then
Cox.
I started watching the. Do you really? Zan, you said
just
there's
realised
something wrong
what
with
I
me.
just said there. Oh shit! Well, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. SoulOhm likes Cox. Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I started watching that documentary series he did on BBC One, and he just brought it in.
Yeah.
So
He
just brought it in.
really good at it.
Oh, apparently there's a new documentary being done about Richard Attenborough. Oh, yes, please. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I wonder how they deal with the... Because I've always wondered about the relationship between David and Richard. Yeah. Easy, Mick. Easy. But no,
because he were in charge at BBC at one point, wasn't he? He were head at BBC.
Richard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, that's fairly monumental, isn't it? Yeah, the political stuff I can take or leave when it comes to Brian Cox, Grumpy, but for the stuff about the maths and the physics, yeah.
Yeah, the physics side of it, yeah, I really do like him when he's doing that. But it's down to his passion as well. That passion does come out.
It's sad, though, because he is turning into a sort of scientific Morrissey, isn't he? So...
Well, yeah. Totally.
D-Ream will never be the same again.
Yeah.
It took me so long to work out the connection between D-Ream and Brian Cox. How sad am I?
Saying that, I'm surprised Brian May hasn't pushed himself a little bit more.
Well, yeah, because he's PhD, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a PhD, yeah.
God, Mike, could you take Brian May? Fantastic with a guitar, don't get me wrong, but does he really have the sort of personality that could pull you in to a serious scientific?
I don't know.
I think he'd struggle.
I know he's come on Sky at Night a couple of times.
Scientific Morrissey.
Okay, you UK Vapester, you have a wonderful shift.
See you later, dude.
Do take care.
So, well, Morrissey, brilliant songwriter. Hey, amazing astrophysicist.
Say that when you're drunk in mixed taxis.
Subtle plug. Subtle plug. Blimey. But, I mean, what a great time to be alive if you've got even a vague interest in science, because you've got all the the NASA shots going out to the different planets.
Saying that, another one that I've been enjoying is Hammond with his weather. That series has been really, really good. He's been talking about the different...
That.
Yeah. Saying that, I like Richard Hammond. I've always been a fan of Richard Hammond. He's a really nice bloke, but he's been doing a science program all about weather, and it's been really, really good. It's almost got a bit of Top Gear humour in it as well.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, you've got that little bit of Top Gear humour, and yeah, brilliant.
Now, Grumpy's just asked a question. He's found 3 episodes of War of the Worlds 2019. How many are there? There's only 3,
3.
I'm afraid, Grumpy.
What did you think to it?
I thought it brill. I haven't seen the last quarter of an hour of the 3rd episode.
I saw it all, and yeah.
It got a bit gruesome.
There was something missing. I can't pinpoint. I'll not say too much because obviously you've not watched the rest of it. We'll come back to it next week.
All right.
And we'll talk about War of the Worlds.
Chris is thinking about getting the Dead Rabbit V2.
Yeah, I've been tempted. I've got to admit.
It would have to have some fairly major innovations for me to... Because I love the Dead Rabbit.
Yeah, the only difference between the Dead Rabbit and the Dead Rabbit 2 is that they've nicked the yup idea. Whereas the original Dead Rabbits was straight, they've upped them to an angle, which is actually better.
But does it really make that much difference to the flavour?
I can't say it would do. But by all accounts, there's 2 different airflows on it.
Really?
Yeah, there's 2 different airflows. You've got the traditional airflow that's the tight, restricted direct to lung top, which you have it full blown open. But then there's like a mesh version as well that you can turn it around to.
Oh, the honeycomb. Right. Interesting. Zam watched the first one, War of the Worlds. Not a fan, but I suppose if I was on LSD, it would have been better. Everything's better with LSD.
Everything's better with LSD.
Apart from going to the toilet.
That, well, yeah.
Hello! Nom, nom, nom.
Get me alive! I suppose if the Dead Rabbit was cheap enough, the V2, I'd probably get it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see how prices at the minute seem to be fairly low across the board. I've got a horrible feeling if by the time we reach this time next year, we're going to see some quite significant increases in the cost of hardware.
Yes.
But Chris liked the V1 with the butcher cap.
Yeah, I've got it with butcher cap.
See, I haven't. I've just got a straight Dead Rabbit.
See, I've got in fact, I've got 3 Dead Rabbits. I liked him that much.
Bless you.
But to be honest with you, once I tried the drop, I actually prefer the drop to the Dead Rabbit.
Now, I love my Dead Rabbit, don't get me wrong, but the Aquitas is always going to be king for me.
Yeah. I mean, the Aquitas, that did it for me. I love the Aquitas. I mean, the airflow on that one's gorgeous.
It's just so smooth.
Yeah, the
and
priest cap as well. Both of them are...
I know, I didn't stop.
Apple! Apple!
Gorgeous, this one.
It's not right.
I just let you know it's 10-2.
Oh, God. That's gone so quick.
I know.
Drop is what the Dead Rabbit wanted to be. I'd go with that, Frank.
Yeah,
I'd definitely go with that. Apparently, the Asgard beats the Aquitas for Bill. I've not tried an Asgard. I want to. Especially now I've got that little beast, because apparently the Asgard will take, the heat produced by the Paraseries. So,
see, Voka likes the. Yeah, I know Voka likes the blooming drop. I think he bought half of them.
I am a big fan of the drop, I must say.
Yeah, I just think there's just something about the drop compared to the Dead Rabbit. Don't get me wrong, I loved me Dead Rabbit, but the drop was just something. And building on it,
flew for you.
The building on it is so... it's just a dream to build on. Absolute dream. Whereas the Dead Rabbit, even though it was clever how they did it, it was still a bit of a niggle to try and get your snips underneath. The idea was sound. And obviously on the version 2, they've raised it up slightly so you can actually get into them. But the Yup did that, and then, I mean, let's face it, they were slagging the Yup off completely because they were copying the Dead Rabbit originally, but the Dead Rabbit 2 is now what the Yup is.
But the thing is, the coily changed that for me. Because all I do is cut it with my coily, bump.
Yeah.
I'm at the right level, yeah.
Yeah. I've always got me coily just here. I have my coily. Big shout out to Simon. Yeah, always have my coily at hand.
See, that for me was probably one of the most innovative vape accessories ever. Because it turned coiling from a chore and a matter of experience into something that everybody can do. Especially now you've got the leg lengths in the database.
Yeah,
and I know Bill's put measurements up there.
Yeah.
So big thank you, Bill, because you saved my life.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the coily too, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, let's face it, you buy something like the intake, and they've already got it included.
Because which I thought was a bit.
Which is still, even though it's in the kit, I think it's a bit. But it just proves what a good idea Simon came up with in the first place, when big companies are actually including a version of it in their kits now.
But have you noticed how it's the ideas where you think, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
They're the big ones.
Yeah. It's something so simple and such a simple idea, but boy.
What a bit of kit.
Yeah, cracking bit of kit that really is. It's one of the... I mean, he won the award for it, so...
Yeah, I mean, I remember when they were all 3D printed and the queues on Facebook to get your hands on one.
This one is... I've got one of the originals. This one here, that's a 3D printed one.
I've got one of the first run foam plastic ones that they started, the green.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I sent that one to Lethal.
Oh, bless you. I'll just bin all the fakes if I get them. Butofo did something different with the feeler gauge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, let's face it. All right, yeah. Well, Tofo's done that. At least it was different to Simon's. I mean, when you think about it now, we're getting to the stage, especially with things like RDAs, tanks, mods. They're all a variation of what's already been out.
Yeah.
Now we've got to that. We've got to the limit of design really at the present moment until somebody that we don't know about comes up with a completely new design. RDAs are going to look very, very similar. They're going to have aspects of a different RDA that you think, oh right, well it's got the deck of the drop, but it's got the body of the Buddha, for argument's sake, and you can see the comparisons. And it's same like with your tanks, they're going to have aspects because.
I'm just thinking the depth of the drop, the body of the Buddha. Well, that's lined up to be called that ass, isn't it? That ass.
But we have got to that stage now where there's only so many ways that you can design an RDA to work or a tank to work. And yes, 100%. People are going to be taking the best bits of that RDA and merging them together to make what they think is the better version.
Yeah, but look at the petrol, the motor engine, the combustion engine. When you get down to the core of it, there's very little change since the Model T Ford.
Exactly.
It's just been refined and refined and refined, which is what we're finding with the atomizers. What I'm going to be intrigued to see what they do with the hardware. The actual mods, because there's a lot more scope to be played on that one.
I think there is. Yeah, I really do. I mean, all right, we went through the phase of bloody shiny lights and all that lot, and
no,
I think that was just a cheap cop out way of. I think, me personally, I think the quality needs to increase, the durability of it.
to bolster the market, longevity is often the thing that suffers.
Oh yeah, of course it is. I mean, let's face it. They want you to buy a new mod every 6 months.
Well, sooner if it's smart.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah, lots of them.
Yeah, the Alpha 3. That's not... I hope that catches on more, because I think that's a cracking bit of kit, that Alpha 3 bottle opener.
And they're already... I've got it here. Oh.
Yeah, I've got mine downstairs.
Yeah, already. And they're already started cloning this.
I know.
Already started cloning it. There's now one that's got 4 devices to it. Still a cracking idea. But like any idea, it's going to be copied and tweaked and duplicated. And
Well, yeah. As long... It would be nice to see the original person getting their propers, though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, totally.
Yeah. Bill has a year-old IPv VIT mod, which he uses daily. Yeah, I mean, I've still got an original run... oh, God, my brain today. Drag. It's been reskinned a couple of times, but it's still...
I've still got
pumping
my
away,
original
bless it.
Segelli 150 watt, and that still comes out. I don't use it all the time, but that still comes out, and I still use it.
Oh, my Fuchai 213's downstairs. Yeah. The wife's... I must admit, I came back with my birthday present, and the wife just gave me that look. Another one. Bless her. She's actually talking about... she's talking about clearing out... We've got like a Welsh cabinet. So she's on about clearing out 1/4 of it so that I can put all my vape stuff in.
Aww.
She's getting thoroughly miffed at me. Oh, bless you, Rachel. Rachel bought the Alpha 3 after seeing a post I did on Facebook.
I did a review.
Yeah.
It was a short 2-minute review. I just did a... That was really... I tell you one thing, when I did the review of it, trying to use it and record it, that was hard.
Nightmare.
Well, I did it originally with a full bottle, and yeah, that were a mess. There was juice everywhere. So I got an empty bottle, washed the empty bottle out, and then redid it. So like, yeah, not do that again.
Involved? Was there a bucket involved, Mark?
Oh, there was a bucket involved. Oh, you're not kidding.
Oh, bless. Look for that after. She figured if Steve liked it, then there would be one. What are you trying to say, you? We don't agree on everything, you know.
No. Well, definitely not. Do we?
Well, after that, what happened on Friday?
Why? What happened on Friday?
When I made that exclamation and you went, "What? My wife?"
Oh yeah. Yeah. My wife brings in a cup of coffee and he turns around to me wife and says, "Blow me." I thought we're friends, but we're not that close.
I was looking at something on the Tinterweb.
Asking your wife to blow you.
Oi. No way would I ever say anything like that to you.
You did. You can't deny it. You said she comes in with the coffee and you go, "Blow me."
It was bad timing.
It's like, hang on a minute, I ain't brought Mark's cuppa in.
It was a comedy of errors, that 5 minutes, wasn't
Yeah, that was definitely a comedy of errors. Especially when you was going to give me a finger.
It's Sunday afternoon. Don't make me go guttural on you.
And talking about guttural, it's 4 o'clock.
It is. So what you got coming up, kid?
What have I got coming up? Next week I have got this little baby, which I keep on calling it something else, but I keep on calling it the Nada. and I shouldn't. It's the Narada. But it's also got the rebuildable deck. So I've got that to do. That'll be up and closes. And then I'm going to do the joint, the Magma and the Magma Mate.
Awesome.
I'm going to be doing them next week. Also, Nova Vapes. Now, Nova Vapes got in touch with me on, would have been Thursday. They've got a Christmas range available. So they asked me if I'd do their Christmas range. So hopefully by the time I get back to work on Tuesday, they'll have sent it me. So on the Friday, I'm going to be doing a juice review for them. So that's the plan for next week. And obviously the Ohm Service Live on Thursday.
Indeed. Hiya, Chris.
Hiya, Chris. Hope you're all right, matey.
I'm looking forward to that. I always enjoy my Thursday nights.
Oh, yeah. I love my Thursdays.
Well, you never know where they're going to end up. We start off with one and then it just goes woof.
That's what I like about it. I mean, end of the day, these shows, all it is a couple of mates. I mean, minus the alcohol, it's like a couple of mates around pub and just having a gymwag.
Too right. Hey, up, Timmy's got apple crumble steeping already.
Oh.
Oh, good stuff. Chris been out Christmas shopping. No, the C word.
Do you know something? Have you done your Christmas shopping yet?
Oh, Mrs. BFG's already sorted it, mate.
Yeah. My Mrs. SoulOhm, she sorted it and I've sorted mine as well. All done.
Yeah,
all done and dusted.
I haven't sorted mine yet.
All we've got to do now is start wrapping them.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
It's true though, isn't it? I mean, I think the hardest bit is the wrapping. It's like, oh God, wrapping. I feel so sorry. I really genuinely do for parents with kids and wrapping presents. Because it is I know it's a lovely thing. It really is a lovely thing. But after when you've done the, 50 odd present, it's sort of like...
You've just reminded me with the parents. If you have Alexa on any device, ask Alexa how many days till Christmas, because you will get a little message from Santa afterwards. And I tried this out on a couple of kids the other day. It was brilliant. Look, the look on their little face. Obviously, if they're older, but
I did.
It's not going to work.
If you shout Alexa and tell her that you love her.
Yeah,
try that one. Comes up with this right song. Thanks.
Oh, there you go. Rachel's subjected to the every morning. Eve loves it. I think it's great. It's like a little news bulletin from Santa.
Yeah, I'm going to try that when I go downstairs in a minute. I'm going to try that.
Right. Well, we better wind it up then, mate. Ask Alexa to fart. Yeah, there's even names for the farts.
I've not tried that one.
Oh, there's many wonderful things lurking away.
I like asking Alexa Earl Grey hot. Alexa, Earl Grey hot.
Oh, bless. Apparently you can't have Alexa in the house because every time she shouts Dexter, it turns itself on.
You can change the name. What I'm annoyed about, though, with the Alexa, when you're changing, you're only allowed, is it 3 names? It's Alexa, computer, or is it Amazon? Something like that. They're the only names that you can have. I want to call it something else.
Gailey says Alexa is a witch. She doesn't understand a word I say. That's a proper failing in voice recognition. Apparently, voice recognition has a real problem with the Scottish accent. There was a sketch show that came from BBC Scotland. They had it was a voice-activated lift. And 2 Scottish comedians doing a sketch on one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Really was. Apparently Annette shouts at Dexter a lot. As any good mother should. That's the one. 11.
Timmy says, ask her to say 100, 100, 100, 100 in Welsh.
I think that's rude.
There you go.
Alexa doesn't understand Chris. It's hilarious. He asked to set a 20-minute timer earlier, and she set one for a minute.
What can I say? What can I say?
See, if we want boiled eggs in our house, we just go. I just get that look in my eye because 2 minutes, bang, done.
Yeah, no messing.
Anyway, on that note, let us leave while we still can. So, looking forward to Tales from the Home.
Really, are you? Yeah, well, that'll be next Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to the home service.
And that as well.
Yeah, and we've got, what do we decide on? The Pango and Bubblegum
what we're
Melon?
doing is these two, the Pango and
Bubblegum Melon.
Bubble Melon.
Bubble Melon, sorry.
Lemon. That's what we'll be doing next week, and I cannot wait to try these. I'm going to do it on a pod again.
Yeah,
as well. I think
that's a good idea.
Well, it's one of the reasons I was chuffed I got this, because it's got rebuildable coils.
So it'll take a 70-30.
Yeah, but this
nice
is
one.
This is going. To be honest with you, considering it's not exactly a big popular brand, the Polar Night, I'm quite impressed with this. Just thought I'd let you know. It's only in for testing.
And to borrow the words of Clarkson, on that bombshell. How's it go? Bye!
Outro!